This is Chapter 8 of Legend, June. 23:29 hours, Balta Sector, 72 degrees Fahrenheit indoors. The lights in Balta Hall are cold and fluorescent. I dress in a bathroom on the observation and analysis floor. I'm wearing long black sleeves inside a striped black vest, slender black pants tucked into boots, and a long black robe that wraps around my shoulders and covers me like a blanket. A white stripe runs down the center of it, all the way to the floor. A black mask covers my face, and infrared goggles shield my eyes. Other than that, all I have is a tiny microphone and an even tinier earpiece, and a gun, just in case. I need to look genderless, generic, unidentifiable. I need to look like a black market dealer, someone rich enough to afford plague cures. Midas would have shaken his head at me. "You can't go alone on a classified mission, June," he would say. "You might get hurt." How ironic. I tighten the clasp that holds my cloak in place. Steel sprayed with bronze, probably imported from West Texas. Then head off towards the stairs that will take me outside Balta Hall and down toward the Arcadia Bank where I'm supposed to meet Day. My brother has been dead for 120 hours. It feels like forever. It already feels like forever. 70 hours ago, I gained clearance to search the internet and found out as much about Day as I could. 40 hours ago, I laid out a plan for tracking Day to Commander Jameson. 32 hours ago, she approved it. I doubt she even remembers what it is. 30 hours ago, I sent one scout to every plague-infected sector in Los Angeles, Winter, Blue Ridge, Lake, and Alta. They spread the word. Someone has plague medicine for you. Come to the 10-second place. 29 hours ago, I attended my brother's funeral. I do not plan on catching Day tonight. I didn't even plan on seeing him. He'll know exactly where the 10-second place is, and that I'm either an agent sent by the government or by the black market dealers to pay taxes to the government. He's not going to show his face. Even Commander Jameson, who's testing me with this first task, knows we won't get a glimpse of him. But I know he's going to be there. He needs plague meds desperately enough. And him showing up is all I hope for tonight. A clue, a starting point, a narrower direction. Something personal about this boy criminal. I'm careful not to walk under the street lamps. In fact, I would have traveled by rooftop if I weren't going to the financial sector where guards line on the roofs. All around me, the jumbotrons blare their colorful campaigns, the sound of their ads distorted and jolty from the city speakers. One of them shows an updated profile of Day, this time featuring a boy with long black hair. Next to the jumbotrons are flickering streetlights, and under those walk crowds of night shift workers, police, and merchants. Every now and then a tank rolls through, followed by several platoons of troops. They have blue stripes on their sleeves, soldiers back from the war front, or soldiers rotating out to the war front. They keep their guns by their sides with both hands on the weapon. They all look like Midas to me, and I have to breathe a little harder, walk a little faster, anything to stay focused. I take the long way through Balta, through the sector's side roads and abandoned buildings, not stopping until I'm a good distance outside of military grounds. The street police won't know I'm on a mission. If they see me dressed like this, equipped with infrared goggles, they'll question me for sure. The Arcadia Bank lies on a quiet street. I go around the bank's backside until I'm standing in front of a parking lot at the end of an alleyway. There, I wait in the shadows. My goggles wash most of the color of the scene. I look around and see rows of tiny speakers on the roofs, a stray cat whose tail twitches over the lid of a trash can, an abandoned kiosk with an old anti-colonies bulletin stacked all over it. The clock on my visor says 23:53 hours. I pass the time by forcing myself to think through Day's history. Before the robbery at this bank, Day had already appeared on our records 3 times. Those were only the incidents where we found fingerprints. I can only guess at the number of other crimes he's committed. I take a closer look at the bank's alleyway. How did he break into this bank in 10 seconds with 4 armed guards at the back entrance? The alley is narrow. He could have found enough footholds to jump his way up the walls to the 2nd or 3rd floors, all while using the guards' weapons against them. Probably got them to shoot at each other. Probably smashed through a window. That would have taken just a few seconds. What he did once he got inside, I have no idea. I already know how agile Day is. Surviving a 2.5-story fall proves that much. He won't have a chance to do that tonight, though. I don't care how light he is on his feet. You just don't jump out of buildings and then expect to be able to walk properly afterward. Day won't be scampering up walls and stairwells for at least another week. Suddenly I tense up. It's 2 minutes past midnight. A clicking sound echoes from somewhere far away, and the cat sitting on the trash can makes a run for it. It could have been a cigarette lighter, a gun trigger, the speakers, or a flickering streetlight. It could be anything. I scan the roofs. Nothing yet. But the hairs on the back of my neck rise. I know he's here. I know he's watching me. Come out, I say. The tiny microphone at my mouth makes my voice sound like a man's. Silence. Not even the kiosk's layers of paper bulletins move. There's no wind tonight. I remove a vial from a holster at my belt. My other hand doesn't leave the handle of my gun. I have what you need, I say, and wave around the vial for emphasis. Still nothing. This time, however, I hear what sounds like the faintest sigh. A breath. My eyes dart to the speakers lining the roofs. That's what the clicking sound was. He's rewired the speakers so he can talk to me without giving away his location. I smile behind my mask. It's what I would have done. I know you need this, I say, gesturing again at the vial. I turn it in my hands and hold it higher. It has all its official labels, the stamp of approval. I assure you it's the real thing. Another breath. Someone you care about will wish you'd come out to greet me. I look at the time of my goggles. It's 5 past midnight. I'll give you 2 minutes, then I leave. The alley falls silent again. Every now and then I hear another faint breath from the loudspeakers. My eyes shift from the time on my visor to the shadows of their roofs. He's clever. I can't tell where he's broadcasting from. It could be on the street, it could be several blocks down from a higher floor. But I know he's close enough to see me himself. The time on my visor shows 7 hours. 7 hours. I tuck the vial back into my belt, and start to walk away. What do you want for the cure, cousin? The voice is barely a whisper, but through the speakers it sounds broken and startling, so crackly that I have trouble understanding him. Details race instantly through my mind. Male. He has a light accent. He's not from Oregon, or Nevada, or Arizona, or New Mexico, or West Texas, or any other Republic state. Native South Californian. He uses the familiar term cousin, something Lake Sector civilians often use. He's close enough to have seen me put the vial away. He's not so close that the speakers can catch his voice clearly. He must be on an adjacent block with a good vantage point, a high floor. Behind the details flashing through my mind emerges a black, rising hatred. This is the voice of my brother's murderer. This may have been the last voice my brother heard. I wait 2 seconds before speaking again. When I do, my voice is smooth and calm and shows no sign of my rage. What do I want? I ask him. It depends. Do you have money? 1,200 notes. Notes, not Republic gold. He robs the upper class but doesn't have the ability to rob the extremely wealthy. He's probably a one-man operation. I laugh. 1,200 notes can't buy this vial. What else do you have? Valuables? Jewelry? I silence. Or do you have skills to offer, as I'm sure you do? I don't work for the government. His weak point, naturally. No offense, just thought I'd ask. And how do you know I don't work for someone else? Don't you think you're giving the government too much credit? A slight pause, then the voice comes back. Your cloak knot. Don't know what it is, but it sure doesn't look civilian. This surprises me a little. My cloak knot is indeed a canto knot, a sturdy knot that military officials like to use. Apparently Day has had some detailed knowledge of how government uniforms look. Impressive eye. I'm quick to cover up my hesitation. Good to find another person who knows what a canto knot is. But I travel a lot, my friend. I see and know a lot of people who I might not be affiliated with. Silence. I wait, listening for another breath over the speakers. Nothing, not even a click. I didn't act fast enough, and the brief hesitation in my voice was enough to convince him that he couldn't trust me. I tighten the cloak around me and realize that I've started to sweat in the warmth of the night. My heart hammers against my chest. Another voice sounds in my head. This time it comes from my tiny earpiece. "Are you there, Iparis?" It's Commander Jameson. I can hear the buzz of other people in our office in the background. "He left," I whisper, "but he gave me clues." "Tipped him off about whom you work for, didn't you? Well, it's your first time on your own. I have the recordings at any rate. See you back at Balta Hall." Her rebuke stings a little. Before I can answer, the static cuts off. I wait for another minute just to be sure I hadn't misread Day's exit. Silence. I turn and start back down the alley. I'd wanted to tell Commander Jameson what the easiest solution would be, to simply round up everyone in the lake sector whose doors are marked. That would draw Day out of hiding. But I can already hear Commander Jameson's retort. "Absolutely not, Iparis. It's far too expensive and headquarters won't approve. You'll have to think of something else." I glance back once, half expecting to see a black-clad figure following me, but the alley is empty. I won't be allowed to force Day to come with me, which leaves me only one option. I'll have to go to him.